Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to this edition of Tag Team. I'm your host, Cesar Scorpio, alongside the Invincible E. Vincent.
Hey.
And on this Friday edition of Tag Team, we'll be reviewing the week that was on TNA, and also Invincible E. Vincent's 3 the Hard Way. Let's kick it off here with the top rope for this week. And it was the injury suffered by Chris Sabin in his match that he had with Anarquia. If you didn't see it on this last edition of Impact, Chris Sabin went off the top rope, landed improper, and actually had his right knee bent in a direction it should not be going. We actually have, during the live coverage, we actually had a picture of this that's still posted on UnifiedWrestling.com. If you're squeamish, don't look. But if you want to see what the injury looks like, feel free to go to UnifiedWrestling.com, click on the live coverage. It's actually labeled knee injury, and there's a photo here of Chris Sabin when he's landing and his knee bent. So, again, unfortunate that happened.
Yeah.
What do you think actually happened in that injury?
Well, it looked like when he came off the top rope, he made contact with Anarquia. When he landed, it looked like either he lost traction or he just rolled his ankle, and that in turn turned into a rolled knee. So yeah, don't know the extent of the injury as yet. They've been kind of quiet about it. This would have been filmed a couple of weeks ago.
Right, since, like he said, it was a couple of weeks ago, and there's still not a lot of information as to what the seriousness is of this knee injury. As the information leaks out, we'll let you know on UnifiedWrestling.com, but that's unfortunate here for Chris Sabin. Hopefully we see a little bit more of him in the near future. Also, on this edition of Impact, Kurt Angle is giving us more clues on to who his mistress / Ms. Angle may be. Now, his ex-wife had a few wrestlers and, knockouts, and also backroom help come out. As long as they were female, they were in the ring to weed out who potentially might be this mistress. Nobody ended up being the case. They weeded out pretty much. We know who it's not.
Exactly. Who
do you think it is?
Well, they took out everybody, including the seamstress, the caterer.
Yeah.
Sky is not involved.
No, it's Sky.
It doesn't appear to be Miss Tesswalker.
No.
Madison Rain? Tara?
No.
They basically eliminated everybody who's been showing up on a regular basis. So it's got to be somebody who's either been away for a long time. If Karen wouldn't know her.
Yeah, he said Karen does not know this mistress. So
exactly.
Yeah, it could be somebody coming from the outside.
If it's not that, then it would have to be somebody coming from the outside. Maybe Mexico, Japan. Or just a different wrestling.
Mail order bribe.
Something. We don't know
Who
yet.
knows?
But
as the information again leaks out, we'll let you know if something does squirt out on a spoiler. But he did mention that this week we may have a glimpse. Again, nothing's been released as to the identity of the mistress, but if something does come up, we'll post it. We'll make sure we do talk about this on the live coverage of next week's edition of Impact.
Exactly.
Further note, we want to make sure we talk about a rise of a specific wrestler. Now, Bully Ray has been in the Immortal for a little bit now,
yeah.
And he is doing nothing but steadily rising in the ranks, going from big pain in the butt to AJ Styles to now getting title shots. He's been in wrestling for quite some time. In 2011, and no doubt, is the greatest year in his career.
This is his breakout.
Question for you, E. True or false? With this skyrocketing popularity here in TNA by Bully Ray, true or false? Bully Ray will be TNA champion in 2011.
It's not beyond the realm of possibility. If you had asked me this a couple of months ago, I would have said no. But after Jeff Hardy's departure and Bully Ray stepping into that gap and pretty much filling the role as lead butt kicker for the Immortal, he's done an excellent job of getting in front of people, getting more attention, more eyes on his matches, making all the right noise, dishing out beatings and also taking them as a heel.
Walks the walk, talks the talk.
Exactly.
He's got all the tools. And I'll go as far as to say that by sacrifice, he will not only get a title shot, but I think there might be a chance he might even become champion at sacrifice.
It's possible. He's already had a title shot.
Right,
so,
right.
He's
with Immortal. Hogan could pull some strings. It could happen. And I would not be surprised. This guy's doing great things at TNA. Look forward to seeing what he does here next week with AJ Styles. That is the information we have with TNA. Now let's move forward here with the Invincible E. Vincent's 3 the Hard Way. What you got for us here this week, E?
Okay, number one, Scott Steiner versus Matt Morgan. What's been going on with the rivalry that's sprouted up between Scott Steiner and Matt Morgan is it seems like it's the ball's been rolling on it, and it seems like it's going to accelerate. What's so great about it is just the fact that Scott Steiner is the master of apoplectic rage. He does anger so well.
It's hilarious.
And it's just great watching him. He can still throw guys around just like the best of them. And he loses his mind on a frequent basis, and it's awesome. It's I have nothing bad to say about Scott Steiner. It's just so entertaining to see him just lose it.
Right. Big Papa Pump is hilarious. What's great about Big Papa Pump, we're not saying he's the funniest guy in TNA. Okay? That obviously title belongs to Eric Young.
Yeah.
Eric Young's the funniest guy in all of wrestling. He's past Santino, in my opinion, in that.
I concur.
Great. TNA, it's Eric Young, and then it's Scott Steiner. The funny thing about Scott Steiner is he's not trying to be funny.
Exactly.
He's trying to be dead serious. Mm-hmm. But it's hilarious the way he's
like Yosemite Sam with muscle.
There you go. Perfect analogy there.
Awesome.
If you don't like the way he talks, he says, "What you gonna do about it?" And let's throw down. And it's great. I like the fact that he's still in wrestling, the fact that he's still giving his 2 cents in. Exactly. I mean, no one really expects him to become champion or anything like that, but it is definitely entertaining. Unlike Samoa Joe, but we beat that dead horse, or I should say dead pig in his case. Let's move on. What else you got for us, E?
Pretty much. Mark Henry turning heel this week. This is a pretty big change for Mark Henry. We saw on WWE Raw where in the 6-man tag team match, he turned on John Cena and Christian. Not sure exactly what's going to happen, or not even sure exactly what spurred it. I'm sure as the story develops, that'll come out. You were mentioning that...
Booker T did say that he got paid. He got paid. He kept repeating it over and over again.
Exactly.
And, of course, Del Rio was in the match. So Del Rio's got a little coin. Could have been the case. Whatever it is, the angle is great. I love the fact that R-Truth went heel. We got Mark Henry going heel. They were very limited going here as heroes.
Yeah, they're being very utilized in like weak ways.
Strongest
previously.
man in the world. That was like 96. I mean, come on. Let's move on here.
Exactly. So now that he's the road is a bit wider now. Now that he's turned heel, there's more possibilities.
Well, think about this. Just think about this. R-Truth tag teaming up with Mark Henry. Do you think they have a chance of winning those tag team belts from Kane?
Quite possibly.
And Big Show?
Quite possibly. If you're going to put anybody, Mark Henry would definitely.
Mark Henry, no doubt, he's crazy strong. And then you got one of the most sound wrestlers in R-Truth. He's very, very good wrestler. So now that they're heels, great chance. I mean, Kane and the Big Show. Kane all of a sudden is a good guy.
Exactly. Smiling, dancing, Kane dancing.
What happens from there?
Jumping around, trumpeting, so it could possible, but the sky's the limit. We'll see what happens.
All right, well, quick, what else do you have for us here this week?
On a more serious note, the arrest of Charlie Manson from AAA. What happened was Charlie Manson and his driver had contacted the police to let them know that the car that they were driving was no longer parked in the place where they had parked it. Subsequent to that, the police questioned them some more about why they're in that area, and after that, apparently an altercation broke out between Charlie Manson and the police. One of the officers suffered a fractured skull. I believe another officer was listed as having a crushed orbital socket. Very bad situation, definitely for the officers, and Charlie Manson's future in AAA. Don't know what it's going to be at this point, based on the situation.
Well, we know AAA is taped, much like TNA is. It's 3 weeks in advance compared to TNA's 2 weeks in advance. But as we mentioned here before, Lucha Libre superstars are treated like royalty in Mexico. NFL players in the United States, Lucha Libre superstars in Mexico. But it still doesn't give you the right to beat up 4 cops.
No, not
So
at all.
it looks like he might be in trouble here in the near future, if not already. As the information comes in, we'll make sure we let you know. But don't expect to see a whole lot of Charlie Manson in the near future.
Not anytime soon.
Unless, don't know here exactly the way the law is in Mexico, but beating up 4 cops anywhere cannot be good.
No, not at all. So.
Thank you very much for that 3 the hard way, E. Also, we want to make sure we let you know that we will have exclusive live coverage of Extreme Rules this Sunday, and also a special tag team for Extreme Rules Monday as well. All right, so check that out. From myself, Cesar Scorpio, the Invisible E. Vincent, thank you very much for watching. See you guys on Monday.